Now we have another one too. I got Rayleigh versus Kakashi. Oh, I'm about to, and it ain't even like that, y'all. I swear to fucking God, man. These, characters are not like this character that I'm talking about from One Piece, son. Hey, man, he's one of those, senseis and shit. And you Naruto fans know out of. Do I really have to like bring that up? I'll bring it up anyways. Out of Jiraiya and Kakashi, who's the better sensei to Naruto? Like for the most part, some of y'all know. And I know what I know ball. So guess what? We have two scenarios again. In the first scenario, they'll be fighting on Sabaody, Naruto and Kakashi, and they're both pre-time skip. Pre-time skip Kakashi. That means part one Kakashi, right? No Shippuden. And then we have, in the second scenario, they're fighting. They're fighting at the Valley of Death. How about that? The final valley, right? So, in the first scenario, I give physical strength to Kakashi, but slightly. This old man Rayleigh is like he's strong as fuck too, even for an old man, right? Kakashi is physically capable though, because what do we know about Kakashi? He knows taijutsu like pretty decently. Now he understands that Mike Guy is better, but he can keep up with Mike Guy. He understands that like, damn, I gotta make sure I'm like good at my taijutsu so I can keep up with this man. Even though he is slightly better than me when it comes to that, I still like to be, able to hang with him and that kind of thing, right? So speed goes to Rayleigh. I know that shit sounds crazy to some people, but like, yo, you don't make this. Like, I ain't making this shit up. This is what we've seen us, be with, right? Rayleigh swoops in to save Zoro's life. He was about to die there. Kizaru had his, foot on his head, about to, end his life. You know, uses his sword, swings his sword, and that light beam goes somewhere else. Throws him off kilter, and it's cool, right? Speed goes to Rayleigh. And remember also, man, Rayleigh got the speed. I ain't even gonna try to help y'all out too much. Like Kakashi is fast though. I'll say that he's fast, but not right, Rayleigh. Because remember when he was fighting against Zabuza, like that. God damn, man! Like Kakashi would have beat Zabuza's ass like easier than y'all would think. But he was caught off guard by shit, And if he's fighting in a world that he's not familiar with, and let me get to that too. Durability goes to Rayleigh. It's armament hockey, y'all. This shit is not, some shit that needs stuff upon because this man is not just an armament hockey user. He's a like master of all three types. He's maxed the fuck out in these categories because he was a pirate for a long time, and like even though he's not active, he's still like respected, and people are like, that's the Dark King Rayleigh. He literally taught fucking Luffy all the three forms of hockey. That's why he came back a fucking boss after the 2 year time skip. Now, durability goes to Rayleigh, right? Endurance goes to Kakashi. I'll say this, because Rayleigh is the guy he is, he's gonna be hitting. Like, he's not gonna be fucking playing games. He's gonna be hitting Kakashi with everything he has, knowing that this younger man can probably outlast him. In all, real, that this man Kakashi could, and he could too. I'm not saying Kakashi can't. Kakashi's been in long fights before, but he's also smart. Kakashi is. I give Kakashi intelligence. What did I say this already? I'm pretty sure I've said this before, but Kakashi's like the best Jonin in the league. As of like Naruto's living in Naruto's life, and before Naruto became the Hokage, he was the best Jonin around. Other people like I remember Asuma had to ask Kakashi some questions about Itachi, and he was like, "Hey man, you guys gotta like stay the fuck back. You gotta let me handle this." You know, he has some experience too. However, Rayleigh, we understand he has more experience. He has all three kinds of hockey maxed out. You know, all that. He's fought. He was Gold Roger's right hand man, and he went into hiding. He had evaded the Marines for like years, like over 20 years, man. You know, and that's not an easy feat, right? Even for somebody like that. You know, so range or close skills go to Rayleigh. Armored hockey feats are nothing to play with, son. You know, he has a sword too. He likes to get up close and personal with that. Now, range skills I give it to Kakashi because he's more like, you know, he's breaking out jutsus that he can use at a distance. Um, Sharingan wise, it's not going to be a factor here because pre-time skip Kakashi don't use EMS. Now, EMS would make shit way different. It would, but this is not that Kakashi, yo. This is pre-time skip, both of them. He can basically okay. So recoup goes to Rayleigh. Okay, hacks go to Rayleigh as well. All three types of hockey maxed out. Observation hockey maxed out. Armament hockey maxed out. You know that's Rio emittance armament hockey. You know future sight observation hockey, and Conqueror's hockey, Conqueror's coding and shit. You know he's a conqueror and shit. He's gonna like throw him off just with that. You know environment goes to Rayleigh because he knows about Sabaody, right? Knowing this, Rayleigh wins mid to high diff in that situation. Now we go to the Naruto world where Rayleigh has, he don't know anything about this place. It's somewhere in the woods, and Kakashi's there. They're fighting at the Valley of the End, right? So now Kakashi has physical strength, right, over Rayleigh, and I'll say that's slightly too, man. That's not by like a wide margin. Rayleigh's not like that kind of weak. Speed goes to Rayleigh. And that's not by a wide margin or anything either, right? Because Kashi's quick too, but I give that to Rayleigh. Durability, Rayleigh got that because of the armament hockey. Endurance goes to Kakashi. Intelligence also goes to Kakashi. Experience goes to Rayleigh. Close skills go to Rayleigh. Recoup goes to Kakashi, or range skills go to Kakashi, and recoup goes to Rayleigh. Hacks then go to Rayleigh. Again, it's Conquer's hockey and shit is not affected. That shit's still there and still not useless. Very useful, and especially in this situation, Conquer's hockey blasts out. It's throwing Kakashi off. Even with his Sharingan moves, the only thing that Kakashi can do with his Sharingan moves, and he has the advantage with the environment too. Kakashi does, but guess what, y'all? This measly Sharingan shit is not gonna like do much. He's gonna be able to like mimic some of his moves, right? Some of Rayleigh's moves. He's gonna be able to like do that. He's gonna be able to like read his sword play and figure out a way to like parry these attacks and defend against them, right? Based off of how he's moving and shit, right? He's gonna be doing that kind of thing, not because like again, a weak ass Genjutsu from like one of those, like come on, man, like he ain't getting caught by that with the Conqueror's hockey and the plus the observation hockey of those old man. Nah, that ain't happening. We got this fight going mid to high diff here in the Naruto world. Like Kakashi is not like he's a different like he's going harder in Shippuden, y'all, just because he has to like look out for Naruto and stuff. It wasn't as serious in OG Naruto. Kakashi wasn't really going hard that much. So we don't have much to work with there. He has the regular three-tone white Sharingan, which he knows how to use pretty well. But in this case, he can't replicate hockey. He can replicate like the sword moves of Rayleigh, but that ain't gonna be enough. He'll find himself fucked up. So guess what? Rayleigh wins mid-die dip in both scenarios. Attack me in the comments, and if you agree, hey, you know, ball like that, anime like that. So be cool on the corner and let me know what you think in the comments about this fight.